Hello.
Hi.
How are you? Hello, everyone. How is everybody?
Oh, I was muted. Good. How are you? Ouch.
Give people a minute to hop on. I have to print something else real quick. Kim, why don't you sing us a song or something?
Oh, you do not want to hear me sing.
I'll play some music while we wait for everyone to hop in, so it's not so silent. Let's see what I got. I'll go to my Color Street playlist that we used to play when we had in-person meetings. Do you remember those days? Oh, here's a good one. You hear it? That's kind of mellow. We'll do this one. That's kind of mellow. Can you guys hear it? Are you guys hearing music? You're all so quiet.
Yes.
If we have any singers, they can sing for us. We're giving people another minute. It's just 8 o'clock right now. This is a good motivating song. We just had a kick butt month. How many people? All right, we got 43. Jen Sheets, your hair looks totally different. I didn't even recognize it.
It's short.
It's cute.
I didn't recognize her either.
Great.
For those of you who are in the Jumpstart
I'll
group,
open my mouth.
what's that?
I'll open my mouth and you'll recognize me.
All right, I'm giving one more minute. It's 8:01. We'll get till 8:02. Nikki Benning, you can sing for us. Dar, you have a good voice. Let's go. I'd scare you all if I did.
Where's Tiffany Cox? She can sing really good too.
I was
Devin
songstressed
can sing.
family during COVID. We had to sing 2 lines and enter it to church to be on our church Zoom, and my whole family stopped and told me just to mouth the words. So I will not sing for you guys. Okay, all right, welcome everybody. It is 8:02, so we're gonna get started. We are recording. All right, we got about people still hopping on pretty quickly here. So we'll, oh, I like how people are, yeah, if you have something exciting that happened to you this week, put it in the chat so you guys can celebrate. We can use the chat more often. You know, this is obviously with this many people, we can't just have it open and unmiked. So the chat's a great way to be able to celebrate each other while we're having the meeting. So you know the song, just not the words. I know this is the fight song. I know some of the words. All right, so welcome everybody. I'm Debbie Bry. I am one of your uplines. I'm sure you have other uplines on our team as well, other than just me. But I'm super excited. We had a lot of new people. So if you are new, if you just joined our team last month or this month in April, raise your hand. Let's see if we have any of the new people on the call. I'm going to scroll through and look at pictures. I got a bunch of no pictures. If you're willing enough to put a picture on, it's a lot more fun looking at photos. We don't care what you look like. We don't care if you curled your hair, have no makeup. You can be in your pajamas. We don't care. So if you want to show us your face, you can. It's a lot more fun, especially for the people who are speaking later, to talk to faces instead of just the black box with words. It's not nearly as fun to just talk to the black words. Oh, people are putting the little hands up. Jody and Laura, they're new. I like that little hand emoji. That's fun. You do the wave. Okay. So I hate muting everybody, but it is the easiest way to get it quiet. If you know, it's pretty quiet though, other than a few shuffling. If you know you're moving around or have a background, you could just mute yourself. Yeah, there's a little bit of chatter. Okay. I'm going to, hang on. Oh, there we go. Okay, it'll go really quiet here. See, it's like radio silence now, isn't it? See, it's way more awkward on my part to talk when it's radio silent. Okay, so we have a lot to get through today, and I want to be able to get us off on time. So again, if you just hopped on, people are still getting in. I am Debbie Bryan, one of your uplines and Team Beautifully Polished. We have a lot of stylists and leaders on this call. Welcome if it's your first time ever. Welcome if it's maybe even your second call. And I see people are chatting the chat at the bottom. There's a chat box if you want to say, hey, I'm new, or if you want to shout out someone that you maybe just signed up and you see them on the call, go ahead. During the call, if you have questions or you want to make comments about what people are talking about, use that chat to help you, okay? Because when we're unmuted, it gets a little crazy. So what we're going to do today, once a month, we have a meeting, typically the first, or a call like this. Typically, it's the first Monday of the month. But this year, spring break and Easter was the day before. I just figured we'll move it up a week so we can try to get a better attendance. So welcome to everybody. And I'm excited that we have so many people on for today. We're getting close to 100. We can go over 100. That's why I'm logged in as Jeff Bry. I have my husband's Zoom, so just in case. So we're going to go over some announcements first, then we'll do some quick recognition, and then we have 4 amazing leaders from our team that are going to talk to you about Instagram today. So I'm really excited to hear from them. And if you already use Instagram, I'll tell you what, you can always, at least me, every time I hear someone else talk about something, I learn something new. Jen Sheets talked about Canva. I use Canva all the time. I feel like I'm pretty good at it. I walked away going, holy cow, I learned so many new things. So if you didn't catch her training last Thursday, the recording is on our YouTube channel or in Beautifully Polished. Lots of great tips using Canva, not just with graphics, but being able to post in your parties. So she's going to talk about using Canva through Instagram today too. So let's talk about a couple big things. The biggest thing, well, one really cool thing, tomorrow, Connect the Dots. Every Tuesday, corporate has training on Tuesdays, and tomorrow will be 2 of our very own executives. We have Cassie Haymaker and Janice Hayes. Where are you, ladies? Unmute yourself and yell out hi if you're on here. You should be probably. Yell if you're in here. Give us a hi. Don't be shy. Oh, I see Cassie's phone, so you're there, Cassie. They will be doing training tomorrow on sponsoring. These 2 came in February and April of last year, so right around COVID, and they went to executive leadership level within a 6-month period. Okay, that is very quickly. So people have said to me before, oh, well, I can't get to executive. I wasn't here in the beginning. Yes, you can, and they're proof of it. Okay, they got to executive very fast. They sponsor and bring in a lot of teammates, and they're going to talk about how they do that tomorrow. So it's going to be a great training. So if you can, tune in at noon. Otherwise, listen to the recording. So we're super excited to hear them train tomorrow, and so proud of them for being asked Typically you have to be an executive and up to do either the Connect the Dots and the Tuesday trainings. Sometimes I think they've had some others, but typically it's that level. Now Dina Doyle was supposed to be in Connect the Dots this week, but sadly someone needed to switch there, but sadly she hurt her back, so it worked out better for her. So Dina will be in 2 weeks, and then Darlene Lavoie will be next week. So those are the 10 o'clock meeting, the 10 o'clock lives in the official Color Street Stylist page. So make sure you check that out, okay?
And you, Debbie.
Yes, and me this week, thank you. I will be there Wednesday. I had to switch with Dina originally, I was Thursday, so now I'm Wednesday. So yeah, so stay tuned, you'll be hearing from lots of people from Color Street coming up, or from our team. Okay, now the big news this week is conference. Okay, you guys, if you are new and if you've been to conference, put your hands up. There is nothing like a Color Street conference. I've been going to my husband's work conferences for, I don't know, since I've been literally 19 years old. So a long time, because I'm really old. And I'm not going to tell him, but they don't compare to what we have. I mean, the amount of people in this conference is unbelievable. I want him to come to one of ours one time so he can see it, because it takes your breath away at the excitement and enthusiasm at the conference. So with that said, with COVID, we all know it's not going to be the same. We can't have as many people there. But luckily, we get to have 4,500 people, which is surprisingly quite a bit, I think, for given what's going on with COVID, right? They're taking precautions. There's masks. They have the 50% capacity. You're not allowed to move around. They're following protocols. With that said, anybody at the rank of senior director and up got an automatic spot. Everybody else, they have, what they did is take stats from years prior, and they looked at percentages. If there was, out of 200 tickets, if 10% were directors, then 10% of the tickets they have left get to go to directors now. So they did it by a percentage of how many have gone in the past, okay? So if you are a director, team leader, senior stylist, you have opportunity to go. You will be fighting for them with everybody else in the whole company. So if you want to go to conference, that will be this Thursday. They come out at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, okay? You need to be on there at that time. If you were part of COVID ordering, you know what it's like. We all get in when it goes live and things disappear. The same thing, I just know it. I don't see how these tickets won't last more than, I don't know, my picture, 10, 15 minutes. I mean, that's what I would imagine. There are 150, how many stylists are there? 150,000. So we have 4,000 spots. So even all the people, you take out the people who don't want to travel because of COVID and won't go, there are still probably easily 4,000 that will, okay? So they're going, okay, there we go, 135,000. Thank you, April. So you're competing against a lot of other people, all right? So if you want to go and you have to be somewhere, find someone who can log in as you. They more than likely will need your stylist ID. And I think you have to pick the workshops right then. So we got an email today. They will have a website tomorrow that's going to show you what the workshops are. It's going to tell you the different packages. So make sure you go in that website tomorrow and look at all the information. So you're ready to go Thursday, because we also have the virtual option and then the upgraded virtual option where you get the extras and the fun swag stuff that we'll get in person. And then if you sign up by June 1st, you get the early bird special, even if you're virtual, but those are all limited supplies, okay? So even if you want those, if you know you're gonna go, don't wait, order it now. So you can be in the early bird, so you can try to get that special, the special extra stuff, okay? Now, we were super excited because the speaker, the live keynote speaker, so whether you watch it virtual, or in person, the keynote speaker did our leader summit for the senior directors and up. She was amazing. She was the funniest. She was so funny. I can't even get over how funny this woman was. I got so many tricks from her. So one thing she taught us was yes, some of you may have seen my Facebook. Getting a lovely mask like this, perhaps, when you walk through a grocery store just to make conversation. Now, she was much funnier about it, but I did get myself one of these then after seeing her. Yes, Dar, she does have the banana phone. So Deb Meeks was supposed to call me right now. I had it all teed up, but her phone died. So Dar, if you want to call me right now, I was kind of procrastinating. And she just texted me her phone died. So yes, she taught us also the banana phone. So if Darlene Lavoie wants to call me right now, oh, hang on one second. Hello.
Well, hello there, Miss Debbie Bride.
Well, hi, Dar. How are you today?
Good.
What you doing?
Your banana phone.
I love your banana phone.
I got your banana phone because I didn't get a phone.
All right. So she did teach us this as well. All right. Thanks, Dar. She's a laugh. She's a personality. So she'll be doing fun things throughout conference, whether you're virtual or in person. So stay tuned for fun things from her like that. The other thing, yes, I did order this phone too. So all these fun things I can do, you know, while I'm walking through the store, just to put a smile on people's faces. You guys will love her. So if you are interested in conference, I can't emphasize enough how many great things you'll get from it. So again, Thursday, and what I think I might do is, or I'm going to do, I'm going to set up a Zoom link for like 15 minutes beforehand, or and so anyone who wants to pop in there, we can all be excited together, pour a drink if you want, be in your whatever, party clothes, pajamas, whatever you want. And then when it goes live, we could kind of do our thing and go in and order it. And then if people are having questions or they're excited or they're whatever, we could be on Zoom together. So that is what I will do, and I'll post a link. So I thought that could be kind of a fun way for us to register for conference together.
Hey,
And
Deb,
then if anyone has a glitch, we could be there. Yeah, Dar,
can I just say a few things from the notes today
absolutely.
about conference?
Oh yeah,
did
some of the
say-
logistics.
In case people missed, I put it in the notes, but the premium tickets are limited to 20,000 people. So those will sell out. Because someone asked that question. Also, if you're going live, the website is going live tomorrow so that you can view your workshops. You'll want to have your workshops planned out ahead of time so that you can I don't know if you said that, Deb, I'm sorry if I'm repeating it, but you'll want to look at the website tomorrow and figure out what workshops you're going to want to sign up for, because you're going to be signing up for them when you get your ticket on Thursday.
Yeah, so if someone is signing up for you because you have to work or do something, make sure they know your stylist number and what workshops you'd want to do. So give them that information.
They also said the workshops cannot be changed once you sign up for them. So don't just sign up for them in haste. And then I had one question from one of my teammates. So I wanted to get your thoughts on this, but she said she really wants to try for the in-person live, but she's concerned that if she's busy trying for that and she doesn't get that, then she can't get the 1 in 20,000, you know, so what should she go for?
That's a great question. Boy, you know what? I will put that in the SED group and see what kind of answer I can get after this in the Facebook group.
Yeah, I wonder if they would consider like
If it defaults down or I don't know.
How quickly are they going to let us know if we've got if we could do the in-person, you know what I mean?
Well, I would think it would be, I would think it'd be like an add to your cart thing. So then if it's like, it'd be like trying to place.
For people that are senior executive or director and below. So senior director and above automatically will be able to go. But for us people that are lower on the totem pole, like how quickly do they let you know that, yeah, I can get a plane ticket or whatever, you know what I mean?
Well, I think it's going to be like an add to your cart thing. Like you add to your cart, you get the spot. Like it always has been for because even conference before, there was never enough tickets for everybody to go. So they would run out. They just wouldn't run out that, within a 10-minute time slot. But I remember conferences in the past, it was the same thing. We have to get in the second it's available.
Yeah.
Because.
Well, I was wondering how, because on there it said, let's say you've been to previous conferences. How does the computer know that you've been to previous conferences? I mean, it says if you've been to previous conferences and if you're like a team leader level, you will have an option over someone else that maybe is a team leader but hasn't been to a conference.
Okay.
That was in the original,
I don't remember that.
yeah.
Okay. I'll see what information I can find out in the other
Okay.
group and let people know. Someone asked about the poll. I had pulled the poll down because originally nobody but SDs and up could go. And then they opened it up to 3,000 more people. So I pulled our original poll down. We had looked into, Darlene and I, Darlene had found a block of rooms down the street from the convention center for people who wanted to do it virtually. However, they were locking us into having to cover 80% of them. And if we didn't, she and I were gonna have to pay. So we did not hold that block of rooms. So we figured we'd wait and see how many people get tickets to virtual. Then we'll do a poll to see who of those people would want to come to conference or come to Orlando and try to be in a hotel. Like the hotel we're at is sold out, but is there another one down the street? And then we could get a meeting room. So we kind of put all that on hold once everything shifted from what their original plan was.
And there are plenty of hotels that are around the area.
Yes.
So there's no fear of, we were trying to find a place that everybody could be together if there were going to be virtual down there in Florida. But, once we know more on Thursday, or Friday, we'll know better.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll definitely give more updates before everything goes live. I'll be in Kissimmee that would be super fun. Okay, all right, I need my glasses on. So let's talk about any other comments on anything else on conference. Anything else to add?
I think that-
Non-transferable, so if you buy one, you cannot change it to somebody else.
And I've been telling my
What's
I've been telling my teammates too, Debbie, that once we figure out who all has gone to conference or who all has tickets for conference and then who all isn't, then we'll kind of be able to figure out, we talked about going to Orlando, but for all the people that aren't going to go to Orlando,
Yes.
then we'll start talking about how to organize some get-togethers and stuff like that. Because I have some teammates that are all over the place. I got a whole bunch of teammates in Texas, some in Vegas, and and I said, you can run a report to say who on your team is in each little location, so we can kind of put everybody together and
Absolutely. The most I can do is by state. I
Okay.
can't do by city or anything. So I could do just like you guys by state,
Mhm.
but we'll figure out a way to get people. We'll have to figure out some way. Maybe it's a poll. I don't know how we'll figure it out, but yeah, if we can figure out a way to get people, even in like little groups of 10 people at restaurants would be really fun. Show up and you may not know the other 9, but if they're all on our team, how cool would that be?
Right.
So great idea.
We did create 2 different Facebook groups for a conference, one for in person so that people could schedule rides with each other in hotels and roommates and things like that. And then we have Haley, Cameron and I kind of discussed it back and forth and decided that a virtual one would be good too for people who are trying to plan virtual get-togethers and getting together in their area. So maybe like by state, you can kind of have different posts in that group.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yep, perfect. So let's get through Thursday and then we'll iron out more details, but we had to figure out, I have no idea if 2 people from our team are going to be able to get more tickets or 100 people. Like it's all going to be luck of the draw of who gets in, again, it's going to be like placing those nail orders with everybody else. So there's just no way, I have no idea what to expect. With that said too, so we're doing that fun t-shirt contest. So if you didn't see that, we thought it'd be fun. Again, people, it doesn't matter if you're watching it virtually, it doesn't matter if you're watching it there, but in the past, we've always done matching t-shirts. So we thought we would keep that up. And then it'd be fun. Like if even you and one other person are watching it, you can take a picture in your beautifully polished t-shirt and post it. So that'll be really fun to see. And so we're having a contest of whoever can come up, whoever wants to enter, you can come up with a cute logo, whatever you want on the shirt, whether it's, beautifully polished with like the pave your way with it. Maybe it's something about COVID. Maybe it's something about, I don't know, about Orlando. You guys be creative, do what you want to do. Once we get all the, they're all due by last day of April. So far I have one turned in. I saw someone else who made a whole bunch and posted on her Facebook to get votes from her Facebook people on which one they liked of her 6. So I know other people.
Hey, Debbie.
Yeah.
Is it, I got the impression that like each level of stylist has a certain amount of tickets. Is that true? Or is it just like
Yes.
first come, first serve?
Each level. So they based it on what's happened in the past. They based it on other conferences. So if 10% of the guests attending were directors, they're offering 10% of the tickets to director level this time.
Oh, okay.
And that's just a totally made up number. I don't remember what the percentages were. But that's how they're doing it. Because it's been very consistent. They studied all the conferences, and at every conference, you had very similar percentages from each level showing up. So that's why they're doing it at what the trend has been at every conference. So the t-shirt. So send it to me through Messenger or email or something after you create it. Then that's due by April 30th. The first week of May, we'll put all of them out and the team will vote, and that will be the t-shirt I send in. I have a lady who will make them, and then everybody can just individually order theirs. In the past, Haley Cameron ordered them for everybody and then had to pass them at conference. It was so much work. So just whoever wants it, they order it, gets sent to your house. You guys take, it's not put on one person and we have to figure everything out. So it'll be really super easy. Okay. So I think that's everything on conference. Everyone's good?
I have one more question. Sorry. It has nothing to do with conference.
Yeah.
So how many like subgroups does Beautifully Polished cover?
Well, subgroup is in what? We have like, I mean, like if it's hard to say, like if I was at the top, I might have, I don't even know offhand. Let's say I have 9 different people or 10 people from me, but then there's like multiple teams in all those teams. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess I could tell you how many leaders there are. Well, not offhand, but 100 some.
So if you're here, every single person on this team is under Debbie Bride. Under one of her 9 legs. We're
Very nice.
all beautifully polished. Yeah.
I think you're over like 3,000 now, Debbie, just to give
Yeah.
people, I know I was the person that asked those questions all up front, like how many people do you have on your team? And how,
Yeah.
I'm a numbers person, so I always love to know, but yeah.
Well, and that leads us right into our biggest enrolling month to date. Last month, I don't know if you guys saw the newsletter, we had 459 new stylists. 459, like that is amazing. So everybody took advantage of that, the special. So now the key is with all these new people, now we want to make sure if you enroll people that you are helping them get started in their business. And if you're not sure what to do because you're brand new, then you're going to your upline and having them help you or your upline leader. We don't, just because we offered, sometimes when you have that much of a big influx of people can get like, and there's a special, people want to do it just for the special. We want to try to help these people actually start their business. So make sure you are reaching out to anybody that you enrolled and getting them to get their business started, getting them on calls like the Strong Start that was at 7 o'clock tonight, getting them on a call with your upline leader, helping them set up their jumpstart dates. So we want to make sure we see all these new people getting off to a great start, okay? So make sure you are talking to your new stylist that you enrolled. So 459, amazing.
Let me add to that really quick. I love to tell everybody on my team that I signed up under Dina as a kit snatcher, and now I'm an executive
she was
director.
one of them, which you get a lot with discount.
Dina asked me what my goals were, and I said, I don't know, to pay off the kit. I'd be happy with that. And so you got to get people, let them know what the rewards are. And, once they get the taste of the rewards and they can start sharing with their friends, then you never know where they're going to go with it.
So when you offer a special like that, you will often get quote kidnappers because they just want the extra 5 sets. So if Yana was a kidnapper, guess what she just promoted to last month? Executive. So that kidnapper turned executive. So just because they came in as a kidnapper does not mean they need to stay a kidnapper, okay? So work with them and see what they want. See, give them more opportunity with the business. All right. So let's-
Kidnappers unite.
What's that?
Kidnappers unite. Woo,
Right. Yeah, Jackie was too, and here she is, senior exec. All right, let's do some numbers here. So top 20 in sales. Number 20, Jill Solers. 19, Jennifer Miracle Best. 18, Casey Klang. 17, Alyssa Sullivan. 16, Jennifer Braken. 15, Trina Sovereign. 14, Jennifer DeLaurent. 13, Tracy Wilson. 12, Jill Keith. 11, Jessica Mitchell. 10, Gail Galnick. 9, Erin McLaughlin. 8, Haley Looney. 7, Kristen McCartney. 6, Cindy Dam, which Cindy Dam, I apologize. You were number 1 in South Dakota and you did not get listed as South Dakota. I redid it and I will post it in Beautifully Polished. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure. My assistant ran that report and I don't know how she goofed that one up. I checked other ones. I think it's all fine, but I apologize if you're on the call. Okay, number 5, Darlene Lavoie at 4,414. I'm unmuting you guys because these top 5 get cheers here. Everybody gets cheers, but we. I can't unmute you guys. I don't know. It won't unmute you. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going. Number 4, Jody Rizzi with 4,468. Number 3, Erica Robinette, 5,258. At 5,818. And number 1, Janice Hayes, $7,117. I mean, that is amazing, everybody. And our top 20, our number 20 had $2,828.
Go, all of you. Benson came up to say congratulations.
Right, amazing, amazing. Let's see, we had our cumulative, or our monthly sales were $1,266,442. So our cumulative now is $22,503,376. We are, I mean, it's just unbelievable. Tons of people on Circle of Excellence, lots and lots of new people who will be getting the Circle of Excellence sticker from me. That one you get one time. So if you've hit Circle of Excellence multiple times, I send it out once. So make sure you put that on your wall of stickers or your luggage or wherever you're putting it. Then we have lots of promotions. We have 46 new senior stylists, 46. So I'm gonna go through names quickly. Carly Doan, Carolyn Hovey, Jane Wycroft Kingshoot, Karita Rasili, Sarah Lyman, Gail Golnick, Stephanie, Swanweiss, Carla Palmudo, Vicky Manning, Melody Negu, Laura Cantu, Karen O'Hara, Danielle Jackson, Autumn Miller, Amy Quimby, Heather Berrigan, Trisha McDermott, Laura Stark, Dawn Hook, Heather Starner, Kara Tamacchio, Jenna Masick, Angel Graham, Andrea Kerr, Cindy Collins, Aline Matata, Jacqueline Horan, Susan O'Leary, Samantha Fox, Frida Sheldon, Alleluia Healy. I love that name, by the way. Gail Wellston, Michelle Lacey, Amy Melliott, Stephanie Swipney, Crystal Neans, Sarah Burrows. Sarah, you got me good on Burrows, but the next one, Ruda Kofsky, Christy Brondike, Dana Gorky, Julia Schwarzenberger, Sarah Weston, Margaret Stoll, Eva Harrison, Amanda Lobato, Mindy Mary, and Jennifer Whitaker. That is a lot of new senior stylists. So congrats to all of you. Let's see. Then we have team leaders. Elizabeth Bulk, Irma Frankenfield, Megan Wenzel, Courtney Brandon, Jessica Krull, Christy McLaughlin, Erica Borrego, Kristen Johnson, Christina Hernandez, Christy Roberts, Christy Balding, Molly Gibler, Ruth Hunt, Jennifer Holcraft, Carrie Creech, and Andrea Chase. 16 team leaders, our first level in leadership. Awesome. 7 directors, Julia Harassi, Kimberly Kamer, Courtney Huther. Every time I goof that one up, Courtney. Veronica Armijo Garcia, Amanda Pillow, Casey Whitaker, and Amy Holdcraft. Congrats to our new directors. Senior directors, 4. Senior directors start getting our corporate calls on Mondays. They get to earn the summit trip. It's a big deal. That senior director level is a big jump from director, and corporate takes it very serious. And they really start giving a lot of special privileges to that level. So it's very cool. So Kristen McCartney, Casey Klang, Stephanie Blaskowicz, and Devin Millay. So congratulations, ladies. And then we have 1 executive director who you heard from already. So executive director, big deal. You jump a big jump in pay. So if you are wanting to move up in leadership, that jump to executive is a good jump. Iana Skoda. So congrats to you, Iana. My gosh, how amazing is all of that? We have tons of people, obviously, that brought in people, but let's look at our top. Our top people that brought in 4 or more. Stephanie Swiftney, 4. Lori Hawkins, 4 new stylists. Carrie Weber, 4. Mary Blair, Haley Cameron, all brought in 4. Janice Hayes brought in 7, and Devin Millay brought in 9. All right, so congratulations to all of you. Lots of people brought in 3, 2, and 1. I mean, so amazing job building and growing your team. All right, so congrats to everybody. Many of you earned the BQ bracelet. Remember, if we've had it now for February and March, but if you had someone sign up in March and they hit 300, they get March, April, May. If they sign up in April, they get April, May, June. All right, so that BQ bracelet will keep going. So that's a great reason to sell 300. What other, we still have the Ready to Rank. We still have Circle of Excellence. We had tons of people earn the twosies. I should have ran a report on the number of people that earned the twosies. Lots of people won those twosies. So I hope everyone got theirs in the mail this week. Super exciting getting that. Another free incentive. So lots of cool things last month. Okay, any other leader? Anything else I'm missing to celebrate? I always feel like I'm forgetting something. No? Okay.
Debbie, let me mention one more thing real
Yeah.
quick. I don't know if you have it on your list of things to mention, to have everybody check their address in the VO, because there was that weird glitch that a lot of people were getting their addresses. It seemed to be people that had a host last month, and when they checked out their host, it happened to me, like my twosies got sent to my last host. Luckily, she lived locally, but I know a few people on my team that had that happen too.
Typically, if you have multiple addresses back there, your address is the top one. What was yours listed as?
Yeah, so it was, I think Haley and I were talking about it in the chat, and this has happened to several people on the team. It's a glitch in the system, because in the past I've ordered and it'll add their address in underneath mine, but this time it actually physically changed my address to my last host address, and then my last 2 orders and my twosies all went to her before I figured it out, and then I went in and changed my address back to my own address. And so
Did you reach out to corporate?
Oh yeah, I sent it in, and I think Haley did too, but I didn't see it in the leader.
You know, they did put in the leader notes today, because I asked the question last week in the leader notes, they put that they are working with their developers.
Okay.
So they are aware of it now. And yeah, my primary address got changed to my hostess in Iowa. Luckily, I caught it in time. But then another thing too is that Debbie, your Tennessee person, actually, for, you know how you do the top sales in the States?
Oh, are they wrong too?
It's wrong. So you might want to check, because that might have happened. I wonder if that could have happened other places. But
that might be why Cindy Dam was in Iowa.
Yes, yep. So one of the girls on our team, on MB's team, is here in Michigan, and she got top sales for Tennessee. So the real Tennessee person is not counted for then.
Okay, yeah, if their address pulled out of there.
Yeah,
Because-
so I don't know.
Because Cindy Dam was right when I looked today, but when the reports ran the other day, it must not have been right. Okay, I'll go back.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this is MB. I'm sorry. I want to make sure the real Tennessee person gets their credit.
Right?
Yeah, okay, I'll double check all those. All right. Okay, I checked a few after that and they seemed right, so I kind of assumed the rest, so I won't do that. All right, thank you for that. So yeah, definitely go in and double check your address then.
How do you change your address? Because like I'm in it right now and it's showing a different address than my address, but I don't know how to change it.
Can you delete the one that's not correct?
No, it says I have to edit it and it wants me to delete my address.
You have to go to your profile and account settings.
Okay,
So go up to your name and then go to settings.
okay, did that.
And then scroll down. There's a left-hand side menu. It says profile picture, view profile, and addresses.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be able to add a new address and edit the primary there.
Okay, let me see if I can show you it. Maybe. Are you able to see it?
Yeah, but not very big.
You know what, why don't, Sarah, maybe we can chat.
Okay.
after.
Yeah.
'Cause I can't see from there either. I'll look in mine and then, I'm writing your name down. Okay. All right, we'll figure that out, okay?
Or stay at the end of the call. We can do
Yeah,
it when
stay
everything
at the
else is
company, we
done.
can do it then. Perfect. All right, so let's move on to fabulous Instagram training. So we are going to open with Olivia Van Hove, who is going to start our Instagram training.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to try to go fast so I don't take up too much time. I wanted to share my screen, but I don't know if I can. Maybe not.
You should be able to. It's never been a problem. Look at the bottom where it says share screen.
Yeah, I'm share screen. It just wasn't coming up. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
All right, I'm going to mute Olivia.
Okay, so I am Olivia. I am a senior director on Team Beautifully Polished. You can't see that. Can you see this still?
Mhm.
Okay. So I am Olivia. I'm a director on Team Beautifully Polished. And before I start going over Instagram stories, I just want to highlight that they're super crucial to our business, even though we don't really use Instagram much. Some of you might use it more than others. I know I use it more personally than I do my business. But I started watching some other people that were in Color Street and other businesses, and it really inspired me to start doing some research of my own about Instagram and its stories. So Instagram stories are used monthly by users, and that's about 500 million people posting 1 billion stories a day. So about 62% of people actually say they've become interested in a brand because of stories that they've seen. So we're not here to learn stats or anything. So I'm gonna go into a little bit of our. Hold on.
Nathan.
I can't see the screen. This is stressing me out. Resume share. Okay. So like I said, 1 billion or 5 million people or 500 million people use Instagram stories. That's over 1 billion stories a day. The first thing that I want to note for you all is that you can set your settings on Facebook or Instagram to share the story at the same time. So if you post a story on Facebook and you have it set up, it's going to go to your Instagram story automatically, which is pretty cool. And what are Instagram stories? So they only last 24 hours. They're similar to like a Facebook story or a Snapchat story, but with Instagram, you can actually see who saw your stories in the last 48 hours. So that gives you a chance to go back and connect with people that have seen it, and you can kind of start conversations that way. Jackie taught me that, and I do it sometimes, but I need to get better at it. It also allows you to post quickly and often without spamming people on your Instagram or Facebook. I know there's a lot of things that I post on my stories that if I made a status for everything I posted, I would probably have 4 friends and it would be my mom. that would just be what happens, because you don't want to see it that much, but you want to share what's going on in your life and people can see it that way. And there's plenty of different ways to share your content on Instagram stories. You can use an actual picture, a boomerang. I think you can share a reel on there. You can do videos. They have a feature called Super Zoom. There's a lot of fun ways to do it that makes it fun to look at. It's not so monotonous. So spice up your story a little bit when you post it. Use stickers. It's fun to use stickers, and Deb Meeks is actually going to go into this a little bit more, but we have things like stickers, music. If you post a picture of your food, you can use Yummy by Justin Bieber and people are going to listen to it because they like the song. You can use GIFs depending on what you're talking to, polls, locations to get more interaction on what you're sharing. Locations and hashtags are actually going to be your friend. Sharing hashtags and location are going to get you seen by people who don't follow you. And the goal by a lot of people on Instagram is to get on the explore page. So if you use TikTok, like I know Debbie does, they have the For You page. So that's the spot where you can go. There's a little icon on your phone and I'm trying to find it. So it's just going to be the magnifying glass if you have the Instagram app. And you're going to get posts based on things that you share and that you like and people you follow. So if your posts or your stories show up on the For You page or the explore page, you're going to get people seeing your stuff that aren't necessarily followers or maybe even in your business or your friend group or whatever you want to call it. So that's going to get your business out there a little bit more, especially if you're posting things about Color Street or Twosies or your business, just making it relatable to you. So highlight your story, or highlighting your stories are super cool. This is just a little screenshot from my stories. I haven't updated those. As you can tell, I'm not in school anymore, so I don't go to the zone. But you're able to keep your stories there longer than 24 hours. So any story that you post, it goes to your archives, which is it's just a spot where your posts go, I guess. And you're able to pull from there and put them in your highlights. So I don't know if Jen's going to talk about this, but I do know you can make the little highlight circles on Canva, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna look into that after our call. So polls are my favorite thing to do. You can ask any question and you can change the yes or no answer. So yesterday I posted a picture of Josh, my boyfriend, and my dog, asking if they thought he was actually sleeping or if he was holding my dog hostage, posing with her. And people are interacting, telling me what they think. There's a lot of people that are responding, and you're actually able to see who said what. So if someone said, yeah, they totally look like they're sleeping, I could respond and be like, oh my gosh, as soon as he moved his arms, she got up and ran away. So you're able to connect with people that way. I know a lot of people, including myself, post pictures of Twosies or new sets that are coming out saying, do you want some? Yes or no? Or does this look like something you would wear? Yes or no? And that way you're able to go through and message the people that say yes and say, hey, I saw you said this. I would love to send you a Twosie just for you to try it. Or have you ever used Color Street before? You're able to connect with more people that you normally wouldn't because maybe they're not in your circle of friends or you just haven't thought to reach out to them before. And if they say no, you can ignore it or you can ask it. I mean, it's totally up to you, but those are just different ways that you can interact with people, whether they accidentally clicked it or not. Who knows? It might be someone new that you can add to your network. And use your voice and tell your story. If you know me or if you've ever heard me talk about anything, I love telling stories. I love talking about my why. Who doesn't love talking about themselves? If you don't, I want to talk to you because I might need to learn. But the more real you are with your story, the better. It doesn't always have to be Color Street. It doesn't always have to be a picture of your food. It can be you talking. They're a little uncomfortable, but half of us here do Facebook Lives. And we're essentially talking to ourselves, right? So what's the difference? Recording yourself. So those are just things that are gonna draw people to you because more than anything, people don't join the company for the company all the time. Sure, some people might just go on colorstreet.com and randomly join, but more than half the time people are joining you. There's 100,000 other stylists. The only thing that's stopping them is you. So the more you are real and show them that you don't have to be perfect to do this, it really helps your business. It's just super important for people to see who you are, because more than anything, we want to be duplicatable. So if people see us posting extremely intricate stories all the time, or posts, or coming up with these essays that you're posting on your Facebook status, they're going to be like, I can't do that. But if they see you laying on the beach working, they can be like, oh, I really can work from anywhere. So you want to be interesting. You want to create curiosity. You want to just tell your story, and you're the author of your own story, right? So literally and figuratively, but it gives you space to express yourself. And that to me is what's most important. I was listening to Kelly France. If you don't know her, you should follow her. It's Kelly with an I, France. She's awesome. One of my inspirations for Instagram. And she has a podcast, and she was speaking with Kendra Hall, who was one of our keynote speakers at the last Orlando conference. And they were just talking about how important it is to be yourself when you're sharing posts and stories. And it's simply because, like I said, people join you and you attract what you post. So if you're having a bad day, today I posted, if you're my friend, you might have seen my story. I have horrible anxiety and horrible depression, and I'm having a day today. And I'm not telling you guys this to get your, it's okay, you don't have to feel bad. Not that you are, but that's not why I'm telling you this. But I posted something because other people feel that way too, right? So even though I am having kind of a crappy day, I'm still here, right? So I could go on and say later, like, hey, had a super not great day mentally, but I was able to just be a part of a team training. And it shows that even though you're having a bad day, you're okay, right? So those are things just to keep in mind. You don't have to do it, but just remember, the things you do uncomfortably are going to be the things that help you grow. So last but not least, a call to action. These are super easy. It sounds way, way more intimidating than it is. All you need to do sometimes is be like, hey, head to the link in my bio, or swipe up, just to say like, hey, go to my site, because you don't know who's watching, right? It could be some random person in Alaska. I don't know if there's anybody on our team in Alaska, but it could be someone across the country that you've never seen, you've never spoken to, but maybe, just maybe, we're bringing them something that they didn't know they needed. So just have a call to action. It's super easy. It's a lot easier than it seems. Just think of something random like, oh, go to my website, and it's your link tree, and it has, do you want to be a host? Do you want to join? Shop here, request Tuesdays. There's a million different things that they can do. So telling them to go to your site isn't say, go buy it. It's just saying, hey, go check out what I'm doing, or head to my bio. Maybe you have a video there of how to apply. There's a million different things you could do. So like I said, I'm Olivia. I am a senior director on our team. And please, if you ever have a question or want to reach out about Instagram stories or Instagram or anything, you are more than welcome to.
Thank you, Olivia. And to know that you're having a bad day like that and you would still come on and train our team, you are amazing.
I was going to wear a pink wig, but I did not. I said I was going to wear my wig.
Pink wig, what happened?
I got down here and I was like, you know what? No, I might put it on after. You might see pink hair, but
okay.
Not right now.
For the training. You would have matched your slides.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. That was great. I love everything. It was, so now she kind of taught us what you can do. And now the next speakers are going to break down, like some of you are going like, well, I don't know how to do a poll. I don't know how to do that. And that's what we're going to lead into next. So don't panic. All right. Okay. So awesome, Olivia. Thank you. And I love watching her stories. She always has fun stories and fun posts. She is super fun to watch. So next we are going to Jen Sheets, who is going to talk about branding yourself and doing Instagram through your Canva.
Hi, can you guys hear me okay? Okay, I'm at Panera. Things are running a little slow here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and jump on my Canva. So here's Canva, and I just want to show you a couple of things. Who are working in Instagram or Facebook or something. Can you hear me now?
Here and there.
Can you hear me now?
Well, you kind of go now like that.
You're frozen.
Oh.
Dang it, I wanted to snap a picture.
The internet is just, can you hear me?
It's glitchy-ish.
Do you want to skip to Deb?
Boy, yeah, if we can't get it any better. Let's see. Talk again, Jen.
Texting.
Keep talking. That word was fine.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys just give me a signal if you can't hear me, okay?
Okay.
So on your
Someone said, can you call in?
Maybe.
It might be too hard, Jen.
I can do a Zoom, an independent Zoom, and just
Okay.
put it on beautifully polished.
Perfect. Yeah, lots of vibrations, someone said. Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome, Jen. Sorry. But that's how we learn flexibility. All right. So next we will move to Deb Meeks, who's going to show you about how to put on different things on your stories.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Deborah Meeks. I'm Senior Director on this team as well. So thanks for having me. And Olivia, that was awesome. I learned lots of cool stuff from you. So I'm going to kind of show you some of the things that she's talked about. And I know some of this you guys have probably already learned, but I know some of you may be completely new to Instagram. I know I'm still learning. So let me share real quick what I've got going. And I kind of put myself in a PowerPoint because it's easier to show you my screen from my phone. So I did some screenshots to show you things if I can get it to work. There we go. Okay, so if you have not been in Instagram before, this is kind of what your face looks like when you pull into Instagram. And your story is this little circle that's up here. So you can see I've got some people who have these circles around them. And if you haven't seen stories before, if I click on, so this is Stephanie. You guys hear me okay? Okay. You can see Stephanie's story has that little circle around it. That means she has something in her story. So if you've never put your story, you've never put anything in your story, your circle is never going to show up at the top of somebody's Instagram for them to follow your story. So for a long time, I was like, why are all these circles? When I first started Instagram, like, what are all these circles and why do all these people have these circles? And I hit it one day and it freaked me out and I like clicked off of it because I didn't know what was going on because somebody was live. So that's where your stuff will show up. It won't show up in your feed. So if you scroll through Instagram, your story doesn't show up. Like Olivia said, it will disappear on you. So how do you put stuff into your story? You can do one of two things. I usually go straight to my picture and I just hold down on it. Or you can push here. This will allow you to do one of two things. You can post, well, one of a couple different things. You can put a couple different things there. So when you click, when you hold down on your little story up here in the corner, you'll get this and you just click add to story. You can have a close friends list. So if there's something that's a little bit maybe more personal that you want to show just a few people and have it in your story, you can have a close friends list. I don't have that. This is just my business page, so I don't have anything like that to show you. So when you click, when you first pull up, you're going to get this. And I didn't know what else to put. So there's me putting this together for you guys. And you get this list of all of these different things that you can put into your story. And down here in the left-hand corner are your pictures. That's usually where I personally go to. You can, from here, you can do a post, you can do reels, you can do lives. I'm just gonna strictly talk about your story. So the first one is create, and create, you've probably seen people just type anything that they want. And it's just kind of like words, you can put some stickers and things on there. Basically anything that you wanna put. So maybe you're just like, boy, today's just one of those days. Or this weekend I put, help me decide my next color. Like I need help making a decision. And I had a lady like this, like, oh my gosh. And then the next page I put 4 different pictures of 4 polishes that I had. So you just type whatever you want here, and you can add stickers and other things. And up here is just your formatting for your words. So centering or left or right margins, colors, animations. You can make your text move. And some of these features are not available to everybody. So one of my friends, actually Stephanie, she was the first circle on my story list, texting me one day, how did you get your font to move? And I go, I don't know. All of a sudden I had this new button that I didn't know what it was. And I don't know how I got it, but I was all excited. So I pushed it and I was like, well, no, I got a new button. So these down here are your different font choices. So depending on your font, you can make your font do different things, and different fonts will do different things. And you literally just put your finger on those circles and swipe over it and it changes your font. This little circle, you can't really see it real well here, but if you like slide that up and down, it will make your font bigger or smaller. So there's a lot of editing you can do pretty easily right there. And I just noticed this little box is off, dang it. Okay, so the next thing, I'm gonna skip Boomerang. I'm gonna show that kind of at the end because I had some problems with it earlier and hopefully it works. So layout. Layout is if you wanna put a couple different things. So I'm gonna show you a picture that I did, but you can, so this is like 4 spots for 4 pictures, and you can choose, have your pictures already put together, and you can choose them from right down here. You can actually take your own picture by pushing that little white button at the bottom center. And you can change your grid. So like there's 4, or there's 6, or different like movements. You can have like 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. So your grid is just being able to put multiple pictures on the same thing. So I'm going to show you what I did. I took 4 of the pictures from just the launch and threw them 1 into each square. And then you'll see down here at the bottom, I clicked on font. So I clicked on this A in the top right hand corner, and then I just typed out the letter A and I moved it up here, and I changed it to this font. I literally took my fingers and like made it bigger. So I could only get it to go, see how I have it as big as I possibly could. It wasn't as big as I wanted it. See how small this A is compared to here. So I just took my finger and made it bigger, and I put A, B, and then I put a C, D, and then I went to, hold on. I went over here. I got to move you guys because you're on my screen right there. So I went over here and I decided that I wanted to add a question so people could choose right on this screen. So up at the top where there's this square, I need a better like show you things. So where this little square face is, if you click on that, that allows you to do a bunch of different things. So I wanted to ask a question. So on this, I can't scroll up here, but if you scroll up right here, you'll see that there's an option to ask a question, and I'll show you that a little bit later. And then I just asked people, which one is your favorite? And I did that when I was putting this together at like 7 o'clock tonight, because I am a procrastinator and do everything last minute. Actually, it might have been more like 7:30. And I have already gotten like 4 responses since I put this up. Those things, like Olivia was saying, the more interaction you can get with your story, that means my circle on their story feed is going to show up if they start following me. Does that make sense to you? So like the more that your story is interactive, the more it pulls your story into people's feeds and vice versa. So let me show you another thing. So this is a boomerang, and I'm going to show you these other things as well. I'm going to talk about them really quickly. I don't use them as much. So multi-capture is to take a bunch of pictures in a row to put into your story. So you could do that like a quick little how to apply and add to it. You could, I don't know what this level is, I'll be honest, I haven't played with that. Photo booth lets you do, I was doing all kinds of crazy fun pictures. Like there's one that makes you look kind of like this waxy faced person. And that's photo booth. There's lots of different, kind of like at the bottom, how you can see these little circles, and it does like puts flowers in your hair, makes you look like an alien. You can do that with photo booth. Super zoom, there's lots of different things, like it'll literally like zoom in on things for you. Kind of makes it like people focus into one thing in your picture. So that's another cool thing that you can do. Boomerang, this is a boomerang that I did of my daughter. Let's see if it'll let me play it. She is obsessed with these fake nails, and so I'm like, do this. So this is going to go in my story, you guys. If you follow me, you can check it out afterwards, but I'm going to put this in my story, and I'm actually not going to have her be full screen because I don't want to cover her too much. And I'm going to, so this is what it would look like if I had it on my phone. I'm going to go up here into where this face is. Okay. And I've got all of these choices for different buttons. And I'm literally just going to type on there. Okay. I don't plan to really put anything too crazy. I'm going to do more of a little bit of a comment. And I'm just going to say something like, all these nail sets I have, and she chooses Lee press-on nails or something like, or I have to buy fake, you know, press-on nails. Like I've got thousands of dollars with the polish here. And she's like, I want these $5 stick-on fingernails. So anyway, so I'm going to put that into my story. And the fact that it's a boomerang will also, like the kinds of things that you do in your story, if it's just a picture with nothing on it, it's not worth as much, if that makes sense to you. Like the more interactive your stuff, your reels will be more interactive for you. Your lives will get you more into people's feeds. So the more interactive your stuff is, the better. So these are some different things that I could do. Like I could simply just I could click on this little happy face guy and stick him in there, and people can just slide it across and it'll tell me who slid that little thing across. You can ask questions, which is what I did on that past one. You could do a poll like, I've never used Lee press-on nails. I use them all the time. My kids love them, or something like that. So there's lots of different, so here are some samples of things that you have now. You may not have all of these, and I do not know what the requirements are for getting all of these, because I'll tell you right now, I have music and I almost peed my pants with excitement because I got music on my Instagram. I was like, woohoo, I got music. And then I click on it and it's a bunch of old music I've never heard of. Everybody else has all these amazing like 80 songs, and I don't have any of those options. So I don't know if it's the more that you use it, maybe the better the music is that you get, or if it's what you're choosing to search for. But like I'm a Spanish teacher, so like there's all these fun like dance songs that I would love to use in some of my things, and I cannot get them to come up. Like it's all singers I don't know, or covers of songs I haven't heard. But anyways.
Deb, if you click on the music, you can search a song.
Yes, and not everything comes up.
Oh.
It's the craziest thing ever. Yeah, I don't have any, it's like all unknown artists. Like I've never heard of any of these people. Even if I search.
Amanda Thomas just said business pages don't have music like personal pages because of copyright.
Oh, so that might be why. That's probably why. Maybe I need to not have a business page. I don't know. That's probably why.
You can do both. I have both on Instagram.
Well, I have both on Instagram, but I don't really put my Color Street stuff on there as much. You know, I don't know. I don't really post in there a whole lot. I do most on my business page, but yeah, the things you learn as you go, I probably shouldn't have even set it up as a business page. So note to self too, if you're just starting Instagram, maybe just make it a personal page and not. Another thing you could do, like Olivia said, is hashtag people, or this little @ with the mention is to tag people in your posts. So the other day I wore a Frida Kahlo shirt on Friday, and I tagged the person I bought it from, and I just said like, easy Spanish t-shirt for my Fridays. I love these, check out. And I put Breezy Bilingual, which is the girl I buy my Spanish t-shirts from. And I got people that started following me because they saw that in her post, like they saw that tagged on her. So tagging other people or mentioning other people in both your stories and in your posts will also help. So those are places you can do different things like that. Countdowns, like when we have a new launch, I do countdowns. You can put in the day and the time that something will go and you will release, and it'll count down in your story. So just some different things that you can do, quizzes, polls, questions, but I think that's about all I have. Oh, I wanted to show you guys oh, that was my GIF.
Hey, Deb.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking Countdown might be fun to put like conference tickets go on sale.
Yeah, the only thing you have to really watch is it's only good for 24 hours. So like if like I like the other day I put it on for the 80s, but it was like more than 24 hours away. So you just have to kind of like time it. You know what I mean? Because otherwise your story goes away. But yeah, that's a great idea.
That way it would just at least be like conference. Wait, what?
Yeah, that's a great idea. I love that. So that's all I have. Anybody have any questions or anything you want to know about? And hopefully
that was awesome. I just learned some new stuff. I was in there playing with all those filters.
There is a lot of stuff, and a lot of it is, oh my gosh, I'm still sharing my screen. Sorry.
I just wanted to tell you had a nice shirt.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, thanks, Deb. Yeah, again, there's so many things you can there's always new things to learn. So that was great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So then our last but not least is Bethany Estep. There she is. I see her waiting so patiently. And then, like we said, Jen will get a recording out for creating Instagram posts, because you can do stories right through your Canva. It's super easy, and then just link it in there. She'll teach you how to do that. So, all right. So go ahead, Bethany.
Okay, so this is actually perfect, tagging right or teaching on Instagram stories, because anything you can do in your Instagram story, you can save to your camera roll, and you can actually go in and create a reel later if you want to, which is what I did on the first reel I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to switch to my phone, and I'm going to show you my screen on my phone, and I'm going to pull up a reel, the one that I did about a pedicure. And I ended up taking some clips that I had from my Instagram story when I went and got a pedicure. Yes, I sell Color Street, but I got a pedicure because I wanted to get, first pedicure of spring, get your feet worked on and get a nice, fresh start. And then later I put Color Street on. Well, when I did that, I did an Instagram story getting my pedicure. And then I was going through Kroger with a thing still between my toes. And I took a little clip of that, just, showing that. Well, then when I got home, I was so careful to save, be careful and not bump my toes so that I would, save my pedicure from getting ruined, and brought the groceries in, was so careful. And then one of my kids accidentally stepped on my toe and ruined my pedicure. Well, so what I ended up doing is I ended up getting that on my Instagram story too. And then I began thinking, you know what, I should put all this together and make a reel and then show them why I'm not going back and getting pedicures. I'm going to go back to Color Street and stick with it. So I did that, and I made a reel and I shared it to my story, and then it started getting shared. Now, I don't even have 1,000 followers on Instagram, but guess how many views my reel has now? Just go ahead and put it in the chat if you guys have any guesses. Because the thing with reels, the whole reason why it's a good thing to do is because you can get so many more views than you can if you just put it in your story. And like Deb said, it's gone in 24 hours. And I love stories. I do them all the time. But if you do a reel, people can share it. They can't share your story. They can share a reel. I'm seeing guesses here. Oh, Olivia, you guessed really high. But it's true. You can. So right now it's over 200,000. It's 233,000 last time I checked. That's a lot of people to reach. And the thing is I also said on there many times to people who commented, send me your address if you want a free sample pack and I'll mail you one. And then I had other people jumping in. Oh, I'd like to try. Can you mail me one? So what I've gotten is a lot of contacts that I've sent samples to and I'm followed up with. And you're creating people then you can add in your VIP group on Facebook, or you can, I don't have a business page on Instagram to add them to, but you can add them over on Facebook after your follow-up and then have lifetime customers or whatever, people who join. One of the really great stylists I have, I don't know if she's on here, she hit all 3 of her jump starts. She's doing great. She came from Instagram. So you never know. But I'm going to hop over to, I'm going to turn off my, I guess I could leave that on. I'm going to go to share my screen from my phone. Let's hope this works here. Screen. And I'm going to show you my reel, and then I'm going to show you how to make one. Okay. So going over to Instagram. Can you guys hear me okay? Yes, okay.
Yeah, you're good.
So here we have my main page. Now I have my reel right up here in the top left. This is one I actually just did today. If you click on this center button with the arrow, now this is only my reels. You can choose whether you want to keep your reel on your profile grid, or you can just take it off, and which I do later. So if you scroll down, you don't see a bunch of reels. I just keep them at the top for a little while, and then I just put them back over in here. This one off to the left, I just did this one right before, like around 6 o'clock tonight. And this one already has almost 1,500 views. Let me see if this will play. So you can see on that one at the end, I put link in profile with a little arrow, because that's where you want them to go. And if you see right up there, I have my link right there in my profile so they can order. Now I'm going to show you the one I did that has over 200,000 views. So some of the clips at the beginning, if I was choosing to make a reel, I would have made them longer so people could have time to read my writing. But like I said, that wasn't my original plan. I went back and put it together later, so it's pretty quick. But here you go. Here's the one that has. Okay, so it's funny, when I did this, one of my sons was so grossed out that my feet were close up like that and my toes were all spread apart. I'm like, it's how I do a pedicure. What can I say? It got a lot of views. So what I want to do real quick is show you then how to add those words. And a lot of it, like the music and everything, is the same as if you're adding it on your Instagram story. But what took me a while to figure out at the very beginning when I was creating reels is how to have words pop up and then disappear, and then a new set of words pop up. So I'm going to show you that, and I'm going to save you hours, because it took me literally hours the first time. I was watching YouTube videos and trying to figure all this out. So I'm not going to create an actual reel that I'm going to post. It's not going to be perfect, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go, so I'm in Instagram, right? So you go to the top, and I'm going to click on my profile. I have it there. I shared it. But I'm going to go to the top left and click on my little circle. And so at the bottom, see, I'm on my Zoom. Can you guys hear me okay, or is there an echo? Are we good? Okay, thank you for the thumbs up. All right, so I'm going to go at the bottom where you see it says Reels instead of story. Now I'm just going to start recording as if I'm going to do a story. So I got out a couple things here. So a great thing people might like to know are some tips and tricks. So maybe I'm going to come on here and I'm going to record about how I use a buffer. Maybe I use a glass nail file. I don't have my nails done. I'm going to do this next, but first I put a coat. All these things I want to say. So what I do is before you hit record, see at the left-hand side, there's this little button where you can choose to record faster if you want, or slower. If you do that, it's going to be slower, but I want to say I'm going to go twice as fast because I have a lot I want to get in here. So I can record at a normal pace, but your reel can only be 30 seconds. So here we go. So I'm going to start with my reel. I'm going to talk about this little Tweezerman, how I love it, off Amazon. It's got 4 different sides, whatever, yada, yada. Then I'm going to stop. The reason I'm going to stop is because I can go back later and I can crop that and make it a little bit shorter if I need to. Now I'm going to move on. I'm going to talk about my file. It's backwards, but I'm going to something about my file, then stop it again. Because if you do one long video, it's going to be hard to crop all this. You can't crop second ones. Then I'm going to say in the color, I'm going to type in, I want Scandi, and I'm going to maybe get closer. All right. Then I'm going to say, before I put it on, I'm going to use this nail envy to keep my nails healthy. And then maybe I'll do a clip. Let's pretend I'm putting a strip on and I'm saying, start with your pinky, do your thumbs last, whatever. And I might do one, like I would show them one. And then last but not least, I'm going to say, okay, I put this over the top to help it last even longer. All right. So now look at the top and you see all these clips. You see how it's like divided, these little pink, I don't know which one you're watching, but see how the little pink lines are separated there? So what I can do is I can click on this back arrow at the bottom, and I can choose which clip I want to crop. See how they're all across the bottom there? So I'm going to go to the first one. Let's say I want to make it a little bit shorter. See how I can just move this little thing at the bottom to shorten my clip? Say I want to just go right till it shows the pink, and then I want to end. So I hit the top right, I hit trim. All right, now I'm going to go to my second one, my third one, my fourth one, whatever, and you can crop it. So if I want to add a couple more, then I can. If I crop these and make them shorter because I want to add something else, I can, whatever. Okay, so then I'm going to go to the bottom, I'm going to hit done. All right, and then I'm going to hit the bottom right arrow right there. Now it's going to show me, turn it up. It should be playing right now. And sometimes it does this and it freezes and I don't know why. So I just hit share at the bottom and then I go back because I don't actually want to share it yet. Oh, and here's the other thing too. If you want to add another clip from earlier, like say I wanted to add something I did earlier, you can add another clip and hit add. And it just throws it right in there. You can grab from your camera roll. You can't put a still picture, but if you want to add a still picture, just hit screen record. And then it thinks it'll enter it as a video. So if you have a still picture, you can enter it that way. So I don't know why this is freezing up on me. Maybe it's because I'm trying to share this on my Zoom. But anyway, usually it will show a moving video and you're going to go in here just like you would Instagram and you would say, you could maybe say, I start by buffing, if I can type, not huffing, buffing my nails. And then at the top, like Deb was showing us, so you can make it bigger or smaller over here. At the top, you can add a color of, like a background color. I like to put a background behind my words because then you can see it better. If you just have letters right there with nothing behind it, it kind of makes you cross-eyed as it's moving. And I don't know why it's not moving right now, but anyway, normally it does. But I like to put some sort of a background. And you can look at the letters, you can choose different letters, whatever. And if you want it to move, like Deb was saying, look at the top right there by the one that's highlighted, that makes it move. So it'll type. It is frozen right now. Normally it will type. This is real great. Okay, here it goes. This will pop up. This will usually just come and spring out. You guys, it must be because I'm sharing my screen. That's really weird. I can't show you what I want to show you if it's not going to move. Let me try this again. All right, so when you have your words and you don't want it to last for the whole video, see at the bottom it says tap to set duration. You can make it last as long as you want. But say you don't want it to start at the beginning, you just slide it over and you say, okay, I don't want these words to pop up until here. And then you slide it from the end over, you say, I want it to disappear here. And this isn't making sense because you can't see the exact video. But that's, as you add words, you're going to see those little squares on the bottom all across. Say if you add 4 different captions, you'll see that all across the bottom. Whichever one you're working on, that's what you tap, and you can set the duration. So you can set it to disappear, and then you can set the other one to come. And then you can set a next, like, I'll try to see if it'll let me do another one. I use a clear coat at the end. So see how at the bottom now there's 2? And again, you can slide the bottom thing over. Say you don't want that one to puff. I just read the word buff. You don't want that one to show up until that one disappears. So I don't know if this is making sense, but tap that box and then go to the bottom and then you set how long you want it to pop up on the screen. So also at the bottom, when you hit share to, when you're all done, oh, this is so annoying. It won't let me show you. I can't tell you some of my points that I want to share because it's not showing me the words. Anyway, even though you can't see it, I'm going to show you my reel again and you can see what I'm talking about. When you make these boxes, your captions, you don't want to cover up your information. Like at the bottom, it'll say your Instagram name and your caption will be underneath it. and you don't want to cover that up with your captions or they can't see it and it looks all jumbled. So set your words high enough up on your screen so that they can see them. And then you can add music in the background if you're not talking and you want to cover up the sound. And then some things you can show, you can, like with my first reel I did, I'm solving a problem. You go to the salon, you're spending money and then it gets ruined. Show how to fix the problem. People love that. Show them a problem, show them how to fix it. Show before and afters, show tips and tricks, get their attention right away or you'll lose them. So the last thing is to search hashtags. And when you go to share to, right there at the top where it says write a caption, you're going to say whatever, quick manicure. And then you're going to add some hashtags. And what you can do is you can search what are the top 10 hashtags for reels or for whatever topic you're talking about, because that's going to help your reel be seen by more people. So also if you see to the left there where it says cover, my cover photo, when you're watching your reel, click share to right when it's on whatever part of your video that you want to be the cover photo. Because whatever's going on, when you click share to, that's going to be your cover photo right there. So you can change what your cover photo is. And I'm not going to post this. I'm not going to hit OK. But when I do, it's going to pop up in my newsfeed and in my reel section. But I can take it off my newsfeed if I want. And I can put it in my story if I want. So it's kind of frustrating that my video won't play and I can't like show you how to move those boxes around. But you literally just hold your finger on it and you move them up and down or turn them sideways. You put them wherever you want them to be. So now that I've talked about that, I'm just going to play my reel again. I'm going to discard this because it wasn't working anyways. And I'm just going to play my reel again so you can see what I'm talking about as far as the boxes. And the sound's not on. Going to close out and go back into it. And I'm going to play the other one. I don't know why that wasn't playing sound. Okay, it's gone, but that's okay. I don't know why the videos weren't working, but did you kind of see what I was talking about with the boxes? You can put them different places and do different things. You add music the same way you add it to Instagram. It's a lot is similar. Maybe I could do a screen recording and just post it in the group. I don't know why my video wasn't working. It wasn't letting me show you some things, but hope a little bit of that was helpful, even though my phone froze up. Sorry about that.
That was super helpful. I don't know about anybody else, but I've never done a reel. So all of it was new to me. And you're getting a lot of good comments. Someone said basically it's like TikTok through Instagram.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of ish, yeah. So that's awesome. All of you ladies gave us all new information. I hope everybody has stuff now they can definitely go practice with. And we're going to see lots of Instagram stories going out in the next week, right? I know we need to borrow Samuel. He's the one, it wasn't his basketball reel, the one that got like tons of.
Called it though. I'll babysit too.
Yeah.
it was my, you can't take my idea. I'll watch Samuel and give him some Michigan State.
No, Michigan only.
In Carter.
So thank you to all 3.5 of you. Thank you, Jen, for your intentions, which we'll get from her later. And thank you, Olivia and Bethany and Deb. Awesome information today that we are excited to go and put into action. But any comments or questions before we hang up? Everyone's really quiet.
Thank you. It was wonderful.
Yeah,
Super
we have
informative.
lots of people on here to the very end, over 80 people, because I think everyone's excited to learn more about Instagram. There's so many different ways we can run our business. So just another little fun way to be able to, again, the stories are fun because they just pop in and out, right? And they're there for a little bit, people see them and they can keep going. So thank you so much to all 4 of you. And we're looking forward to seeing your recording, Jen. And yeah, Bethany, if you want to record that part too, any of it to see again in a smaller snippet is not a bad idea that we could easily show. I don't even know how you showed your screen up like that. So We appreciate all of you, and thanks everybody for being here. Again, once again, congrats on an amazing March, and let's keep the momentum going for April. April, geez, I was ahead of myself for a second thinking May. And let's see what the rest of April has to offer us, and looking forward to conference stuff on Thursday. All right. Feel like I'm talking to a wall. Okay, can you guys
Good
unmute?
night.
At least, yeah, there you go.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Good
You
night.
guys were
Wonderful.
amazing. Thank you so much.
Have a great week.
Good
Thanks.
night.
Bye, everybody.